What's going on, guys? BossOp6 here, back to another video, and today I'm here to do my Raw review from Wichita, Kansas. And, well, this was a show for good and for very, 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 very bad. What the fuck was that to close the show? Yeah, this Raw wasn't really that great. There was a couple standouts and there was a hell of a qualifying match, but we're on the road to Money in the Bank, folks, and considering some of the decisions they made on the show, I'm questioning it, even if I want to watch that show or not. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about this show. So anyway, we start off with Miz TV with Paul Heyman in the ring, and Miz is talking about going over his accomplishments and cashing in, and you got to do it at the right place at the right time, and to cash it in on Roman to become the new world champion. And Heyman's talking about Riddle versus Reigns. That's coming up this Friday, and if we're to lose it, well, I'll talk about the stipulation here in a little bit, but the whole point is it's going to be Riddle versus Reigns. Here comes Riddle. He calls Heyman a horse's ass, which kind of made me laugh. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was kind of funny. So the whole point of this thing is if Riddle loses to Reigns, he can never challenge for the title as long as Reigns is champion. That might be telegraphing that Roman might lose, but then also maybe Roman might win. Riddle just, he's not threatening when he tries to be. They made him so goofy that it's almost impossible to take him seriously. And also, what the hell was that new theme? Are they trying to make it obvious that he's obviously a stoner? Good Lord. Anyways, the Usos come down, the Prophets show up. Montez Ford versus Jimmy Uso. Seen this match already. It wasn't bad. It did go on for a little bit. It went about 10, almost 15 minutes. Splash, but the knees are up. 1, 2, 3, and Jimmy wins. Life moves on. We get a recap. Well, Seth is backstage, and we get a recap of Cody versus Seth. Seth is backstage. What the hell was he wearing is what I question every time that he's on screen. I didn't know what he was talking about because Seth's suit was very distracting. And he says, well, what's next for me? Well, it's Money in the Bank. He wants to recapture the glory days of the heist of the century, and he's going to do that again. And then Styles shows up, he punches him, and he said that was for Cody. They're having a qualifying match later on. We can recap Brooke versus Becky. Brooke comes down. Becky's backstage. She is mad. Dana versus Becky. 24/7 championship. Who did Becky piss off to deserve this is what I wrote down. She attacks Dana before the bell even ring. She grabs a mic. She's getting some cheers considering she's the heel. She's tired of the disrespect. She wants the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Asuka shows up. They're having a qualifying match next week. And then Bliss comes down. Oh boy, and Alexa and Liv. Good Lord, Liv Morgan looked great tonight. Versus Nikki and Piper Niven. Piper Niven, what makeup was she wearing is what I wrote down. Oh, good God. First of all, who does this team benefit? What's the end point with Nikki and Piper? Or did they have nothing to do for the women and just say, screw it, we're just going to put you in a random ass tag team? These gimmicks are shit. Like, the whole dewdrop thing is fucking stupid, and this whole Nikki Ash thing is beyond retarded. These women can work. The match was just a match. That's all it was. Piper is looking great, as always, and Liv Morgan, yes please. Anyways, Alexa got the pin, and it was a qualifying match. Whoever won got to be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So far it's Lacey Evans, not Nikki. It's Lacey, Alexa, and Liv. So there's going to be 4 more left. One of them is going to be Charlotte. I hate to be right, but I'm going to be right. So then we get a recap of Judgment Day last week. Kevin Owens took on Ezekiel. Obvious crowd sweeping is obvious. That was a lot of noise dubbing. There was no cheers coming from that crowd. Oh boy. Owens literally about killed himself doing a spot on the steps. Ouch. That looked like that hurt. Kind of victory and Ezekiel wins. And he claims he wants Money in the Bank. And he says Elias is going to be on Raw next week. This is a terrible storyline that's doing nothing for anyone. Owens is trying, God bless him, but this gimmick is shit. We get a recap of almost Cedric and MVP, but the whole kerfuffle that happened at Hell in a Cell. Almost an MVP calm down. John Cena doing good guy things. Because on SmackDown, Michael Cole said that Cena was helping the mother of four of Ukraine during the whole bullshit with Ukraine and the war with Russia. By the way, fuck Putin. And I think one of her kids has some type of Down syndrome, and he didn't know what was going on. So Cena basically had to help explain what was going on. I might be getting that wrong, and if I am wrong, I really do apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Good for Cena, though. Really good stuff for John. And then, anyways, MVP talking about Money in the Bank. Why did they change his theme? His theme was awesome, and now it's just generic-ass bullshit. Anyways, MVP took on Cedric. Thanks for coming, Cedric. You lost to a man that is really starting to really wind down his career. I love MVP, but his career is starting to slow down. And yeah, MVP won and almost just tossed Cedric out of the way. If they're going to have almost in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I will have a petition to cancel the Money in the Bank ladder match all in general. Let's be fair, though. Money in the Bank should not have been a concept for a pay-per-view. It should have been at least a WrestleMania theme. Should not have been a pay-per-view. It should at least be a Mania thing, but no. They just have to do that. Kind of like Hell in a Cell. So anyways, Rollins is backstage, and so is Styles. Styles talks, and then so does Rollins. Rollins versus Styles, qualifying match. Good match as always, some great stuff. Counters Anonymous is what I put down, because this was Counter City Central. There was some good stuff here. The buckle bomb that got turned into a suplex in the buckles. That's always a beautiful spot. But in the end, Styles was going for the calf crusher, but Rollins kept evading it. But in the end, the Styles clash counter. Rollins gets the pin 1, 2, 3, and Rollins wins. Okay, cool. I don't know what the end game is going to be for Rollins. I'm pretty sure Cody, when he comes back, which is probably going to be sometime in, probably by the Rumble, probably still going to be feuding with Rollins because this feud won't end. So anyways, we'll get a recap of Heyman and Riddle earlier. Riddle took on Ciampa, who had no theme and had no entrance. Miz was on commentary. Miz was insufferable, and so was Corey Graves. But then again, it's Corey Graves. What do you expect? The match was whatever. Ciampa is done, and that really saddens me because I love Ciampa. Outside the ring, he has very questionable views, but I love Ciampa. I really do. This fucker is in his 40s, and he can still deliver a great match. But I feel like WWE has nothing for him. He either A, wait for your contract to expire and don't resign, or ask for your release, or they're going to release him. I don't want to be right, but I'm going to be right. Anyways, there was a brutal-ass knee strike, and at one point, Riddle's toes got bent back and got slammed on the mat. Ouch, that probably hurt. And there was a brutal knee strike, but in the end, Floating Barrel RKO on Ciampa, and the Floating Barrel ran to flush around Ciampa's knee. That looked like that hurt. I hope Ciampa's okay. But yeah, RKO and Riddle wins. Cool, life moves on. We get a recap of the 4-way last week. Belair comes down, looking great as always. Then the Judgment Day are on screen. Rhea, my goodness. I don't know what they were talking about because I was kind of tuning out of the show at this point, but also Rhea was very distracting. To be fair, yeah, it's a hype up their Money in the Bank match. I hope it's a really good match because those two are fucking tremendous in the ring. So then Theory's backstage. He's talking about the pose down with Lashley. Oh dear. Gable took on Ali. If this match would have happened about 4 or 5 years ago, this would have been a fucking masterpiece. But no, this is WWE in 2021, therefore we can have nice things. This shit with Gable, notice, is not working. Ali is done. He's really done. Oh, but he's going to get a push. In our dreams. In my dreams, you're still the same. Your long is strong and need for me. I fucked up that Dawkins song, but I love that song. Anyways, Gable won after Otis distracted and a rolling German suplex. Remember when Gable could have been the son of Kurt Angle, but no, they gave it to Jordan Gable for reasons? Or, not Jordan Gable. Jason Jordan. I apologize. Yeah, I feel so bad for Jason Jordan, but Chad Gable was the obvious choice there. What the fuck? Anyways, we're going to recap of Veer versus Dominic last week, and Ray took on Veer. It was certainly a match. The best part of the match came when Dominic got booted over the announcer's table. That was some great shit. And Veer wins. Yay. Theory comes down. Theory versus Lashley in the pose down. This is horrible television. Lashley wins. Man, and I thought the pose down between Ultimate Warrior and Rick Rude in 1990 was terrible. At least that, as cheesy as it was, at least it kind of benefited in some ways. Who the fuck asked for this? Seriously, who the hell asked for this? So after the match, after Lashley wins, Theory sprays Lashley in the eyes with water, and there you go. That's how you end Raw. The show had its moments, but overall, it was a shitty show. Before I leave, folks, I do want to say one thing about the Jeff Hardy situation that happened. I'm going to save that for a rant on Dynamite, because, oh boy, I have something to say about that. Jeff Hardy fucked up. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this show. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about the show. I had to say that twice because I forgot what I just said. I completely am fucking up all over the place, but I don't give a shit. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Join the herd. I'll talk in the next video. Peace out.